Good morning, guys. Good morning again, everybody. Welcome. Welcome into my channel. This is Trev from Trevessence, and this morning we're going to be reading from the book of Proverbs. Yes, I'm a little bit early this morning as time permits. And I know most of you are probably still asleep, but I am here. So when you all wake up, the word will be left here for you. It is Wednesday, September 20th of 2023, and Overton, and Overton is up. Yes, it's bright and early for him in the morning where he's at on planet Earth. So it's a good time for me to catch you, Overton. How are you doing, my sweetheart? So good to see you. Welcome into the morning's reading. This morning we are going to be reading from the book of Proverbs, and the book of Proverbs has a lot of what is described as moral virtues in it. These are the do's and the don'ts, the what you will get and the what you will find out. Oh, you're about to go back to bed, so I catch you just in time. But go back to bed, my love, if you must, and rest as you need it. Okay? So here in the book of Proverbs, there are lots of moral values and their contrary vices. Like you if you love the rich, you're gonna hate the poor. Um, a wise answer turneth away wrath, grievous words stir up anger. And so a lot of people over the years have used the Proverbs as their sort of moral guide to say, if you do as the Proverbs say, you will remain wise. You will not go astray, because the Proverbs clearly outlines it for you. So what you will gain for doing the right thing and what you will gain for doing the opposite. So it has been laid out for you, so you know going in what to expect based on the side of history that you want to be on. You want to be on the good side, you know the good rewards. You want to be on the bad side, you also know the bad rewards. So pick your choice. They're not all nice. All right. So come along with me, guys. Follow along with me in your book Bible or your Google Bible, whichever one you have. And let me just say this for those of you who are just coming. We do not endorse any particular religion or denomination on my channel. What we are simply trying to do where the Bible is concerned is read the Bible for ourselves so that we know what is in the Bible. And we want to read the Bible in context. We don't want to just pick up the Bible and just chop a verse here, chop a verse there. No, we want to read the Bible in context. We want to know who said what, to whom they were speaking, why did they say what they said, what was the outcome. At the end of the conversation, what happened? We want to know. If you pick up the Bible and you just read one verse, it's like picking up a novel and just reading one verse of the novel. But do you know what the entire book said? No. And we know that over 97% of the people who claim to be Christians, who are preaching the word, teaching the word, and convincing people that they are worth converting, these people have never read more than a few verses of the Bible here and there. It is my quest to change that. Let us all read the Bible from beginning to end, because it is very influential in all our lives. And I promise you that if you read the Bible for yourself, you will be a better Christian. Yeah, because you don't have to go to church to be a Christian. You don't have to be a part of any particular denomination to to embrace the right things to do in life, the things that will enhance humanity, the things that will make you a good person. You do not have to be a part of any religion to do that. So let us continue. Yesterday we stopped at Proverbs chapter 15. This morning we don't have a lot of time for the chiddles and giddles, so we are going to get right into it. Proverbs chapter 16. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercy and truth, iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. A divine sentence is in the lips of the king. His mouth transgresseth not in judgment. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his work. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. You hear that? It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. But we know that the complete opposite of that is what usually occurs. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speaketh right. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way keepeth his soul. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly, than to divide the spoil with the proud. He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in the Lord, happy is he. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increasing learning. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it, but the instruction of fools is folly. The heart of the wise teaches his mouth, and added learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and health to the bones. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. He that laboureth, laboureth for himself, for his mouth craveth it of him. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is as a burning fire. A froward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separateth chief friends. A violent man entices his neighbors, and leads him into the way that is not good. He shuts his eyes to devise froward things. Moving his lips, he bringeth evil to pass. The hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. Verse 33, and this is the last verse of chapter 16 of the Proverbs. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. Now, there isn't much to explain of the proverb because it's clearly the Proverbs explains itself. Let us move on. Chapter 17. Better is a dry morsel and quietness thereof than a house full of sacrifices with strife. Could that be any clearer? It's better is a dry morsel and quietness therein. It's better you have not too much to eat, but there is love and happiness in your home than to have a house full of sacrifices with strife. A wise servant shall have rule over a son that causeth shame, and shall have part of the inheritance among the brethren. The fining pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but the Lord trieth the heart. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar gives ear to the naughty tongue. Whosoever mocks the poor reproacheth his Maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. Excellent speech becometh not a fool, much less do lying lips a prince. A gift is as a precious stone in the eyes of him that has it. Whithersoever it turns, it prospereth. He that covers a transgression seeks love, but he that repeats a matter separates very friends. Separates very friends. Kind of grammatically incorrect there, but it's what the Bible says. Verse 9 of chapter 17, he that covereth a transgression seeks love, but he that repeateth a matter separates. I'm going to say every friend, or separate friends, but not separate very friends. The grammar right there isn't for me, isn't for us. Verse 10. A reproof enters more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. An evil man seeks only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger might be sent against him. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man, rather than a fool in his folly. Whosoever rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is as when one lets out water, therefore leave off contention, before it be meddled with. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemns the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord. Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he hath no heart to it? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man void of understanding strikes hands, and becomes surety in the presence of his friend. He loves transgression that loves strife, and he that exalts his gate seeks destruction. He that hath a froward heart finds no good, and he that hath a perverse tongue falleth into mischief. He that beget, he that begets a fool doeth it to his sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. A wicked man takes a gift out of the bosom of perverts, the ways of judgment. Verse 23. A wicked man takes a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. Wisdom is before him that hath understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bear him. Not mean a bitterness to his mother. Also, to punish the just is not good, nor to strive to strike princes for equity. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Verse 28, and this is the last verse of Proverbs chapter 17. Even a fool, when he holds his peace, is counted as wise, and he that shuts his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Now, if the Bible says it, even a fool, if he closes his mouth, will be considered wise. Have you ever heard them say it's better to keep your mouth closed and be considered a fool than to open your mouth and prove it? Sister Arlie, how are you doing, my love? Good to see you, my dear. Happy Wednesday morning to you. Now we are on the last chapter of the reading for today. We are on to chapter 18 of the book of Proverbs. Through desire, a man, having separated himself, seeks and intermeddles with all wisdom. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. When the wicked comes, then comes also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calls for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs into it and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as a high wall is his own conceit. The rich man's wealth is in the city. Destruction of the poor is his poverty. Do you remember hearing that anywhere? Yes, that is Buju's song. The rich man's wealth is in the city. Destruction of the poor is his poverty. If you all haven't been listening to Buju, you don't know what you're missing. Well, the old Buju. Not this new washover one. I'm talking about the old one. Yeah. The one that has the album Till Shiloh. That one. Verse 10 says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs into it and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as a high wall is his conceit. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. He that answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame unto him. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? The heart of the prudent gets knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor comes and searches him. The lot causeth contentions to cease, and parts between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Let me tell you that again. That is Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Verse 22. Whosoever finds a wife finds a good thing, and obtains favor of the Lord. The poor useth entreaties, but the rich answers roughly. Verse 24, and this is the last verse of the reading this morning, and the last verse of Proverbs chapter 18. A man that hath friends must shew himself friendly, and there is a friend that striketh closer than a brother. There is a friend that striketh closer than a brother. Have you ever met anybody who is your friend who strikes closer than a brother? Yes, I have. That is going to be the end of the reading for this morning. When we come back tomorrow, we will continue with the reading from Proverbs chapter 19. Now, that is going to be the end of the reading for today, my friends. Thank you all so much for coming. And to those of you who will come into the live after it has ended, I hope you enjoy the reading as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Sister Arlise, thank you so much. Brother Overton, thank you so much, guys. And that is going to be it from me for today. Until next time, this is Jeff from Traversance, where your journey matters. Have yourselves a great day, everybody. Have a good one, Sister Arlise. I will talk to you later, my love. In fact, I'm going to text you when I'm done.